Hey guys, Cody Goodwin here from the Des Moines Register, wrapping up at the 55th Annual Ken Kraft Midlands Championships. I'm still here at the Sears Center Arena. The floor is actually right in front of me now. They just took down all the mats, so blank floor, press row starting to clear out a little bit. But I'm here to talk to you guys just real quick about what we learned this weekend, get the logistics out of the way first. Iowa obviously took first. Fifth straight Midlands team title and 27th overall in program history, 156.5 points this weekend, way outpacing Rutgers, who finished second with 109.5, and Central Michigan came out in third with 108 points. So a nice little heated battle for second there. Hawkeyes clear runaway title winners here. Five champs, five individual champs. That's Brandon Sorensen, 149 pounds, three-time Midlands champ now. Michael Kemmer repeated at 157, so he's got two Midlands titles now. Alex Marinelli was able to come away with a 165-pound Midlands title. He looked real good. Won his last three matches, I believe, 3-2, 3-2, and then in the finals got a sudden victory 3-1 on a takedown. So he looked really good all weekend. Cash Wilkie at 197 also got a Midlands championship. He also won sudden victory in the finals. That was actually after beating Jacob Warner, teammate, in the semifinals earlier today. So that was a pretty entertaining match. And then Sam Stoll got the heavyweight Midlands title, his first after finishing third the last 2 years. He beat Tanner Hall 2-1. Tanner Hall from Arizona State. Stoll looked pretty good all weekend. He kind of had a weird tournament. He had two disqualifications, so he actually didn't wrestle a full match until Friday night, the Friday night session. He had disqualifications because he forced his opponents into too many stall calls. That is a thing that can happen. I knew it, but you don't see it very often. So pretty impressive outing there from Stoll. Some other things that we learned real quick. Spencer Lee's human, guys. He lost in the semifinals at 125 pounds, ended up defaulting out for precautionary reasons because of his knee. That's kind of what Tom said. But yeah, I mean, he was real human. He lost to Oregon State's Ronnie Bresser 3-1 in the semifinals, 125 pounds. The match really kind of reminded me of how Lehigh's Darian Cruz wrestled Thomas Gilman at last year's NCAA semifinals. Bresser just kind of kept his distance and struck when he needed to in the third quarter. It was a really pretty inside trip to score what proved to be the match-winning takedown, and he ended up going to the finals and losing to Nick Suriano 2-1. So we'll probably have to wait on that Lee-Suriano matchup, and Tom wasn't very clear about what the future holds for Lee, whether or not he'll stay in redshirt or whether or not he will come out and compete this year. We'll keep hounding him about that until we either see him in an Iowa singlet or until we get the affirmative, he's going to be shut down and stay in redshirt all year. So I'll write more on Lee here in the coming days. A couple other things we learned. Carter Happel looks like he might be the guy at 141 moving forward. He ended up sixth. He actually lost to true freshman Max Murin for fifth place. But he looked really good. There was only really one match that I watched him wrestle this weekend that he was clearly outmatched, but otherwise he was in every single one of them all the way to the end, had a couple of nice comeback victories. So he looked really good. Murin obviously looked really good. He lost, I believe, in the round of 16 and then rattled off 4 straight wrestle-back victories and ended up fifth place. So nice showing out of that true freshman. Another true freshman, Jacob Warner, made a nice run of the semifinals, ended up losing to Wilkie and then dropped all the way to sixth. But he was competitive in those matches. So it's not like he was ever really outmatched. He definitely looks like a Division I wrestler, definitely looks really, really good. So a nice weekend out of him. Another one, unattached wrestler, Pat Lugo. He actually lost also in the round of 16 and then rattled off, I believe, 5 straight matches to get back. Ended up fourth at 149 pounds, but he looked really good this weekend. He came in the 10 seed, 149 was deep. I believe there were 8 ranked wrestlers if we go by Track Wrestling's rankings. And that didn't include Lugo or Jason Surtsis, who 2014 NCAA champ with Northwestern, now wrestling with Arizona State. So Lugo, heck of a weekend out of that dude. One other thing, at 133, I know that was kind of a competition. I know Tom really likes Phil Lau there, or at least did prior to this weekend. But Paul Glenn kind of looked like the better wrestler there at that weight. He made a run to the quarters, ended up, losing 2 straight to not make the podium. Phil Lau didn't make the podium either. So it's going to be kind of interesting to monitor that competition kind of as we go forward. And then kind of wrapping up the lineup, 174 and 184, Joey Gunther and Mitch Bowman, respectively, both had chances in the wrestlebacks, but ultimately did not make the podium. But hey, Iowa as a team looked pretty good. Maybe not the strongest Midlands or midseason tournament, just kind of showing who was here. But hey, they came in and they did, kind of what you expect a team who might be in contention for a trophy later this year in March. Maybe once the team entirely comes together. But, hey, they won another Midlands title, something to be proud of. Tom says, obviously, that there's still a lot of work to do. That's probably what he'll continue to say. So yeah, good weekend of wrestling, good weekend for the Hawkeyes overall. Be sure to check out all my coverage at hawkcentral.com, DesMoinesRegister.com, and follow your boy on Twitter at Cody Goodwin. I got all of the Iowa wrestling and really state of Iowa wrestling, Iowa State, Northern Iowa, and the high school scene. I got you guys covered on that. So shoot me some questions if you have any, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks, guys.